The devil is in the detail, as the idiom goes, and this feels a fitting comment for Sherlock Holmes, the Devil's Daughter. It's the latest instalment of Frogwares' series following the detective, and as you'd expect, the game's a series of mysteries for Holmes, Watson and various other characters to get involved in. You'll find yourself caught up in 5 consecutive cases, which are investigated in fairly linear manners. Think of the game as telling you a story, rather than you controlling the narrative. You'll need to travel around, following where events, clues and deductions take you, largely within a relatively open world map of late Victorian London. You wander around from a third-person view that will feel comfortable to anyone who's played open-world games in recent years, though Holmes is no freerunner, and you'll be respecting walls rather than scaling them. But the core investigations, as well as many side distractions, are handled by a variety of minigames and QTEs. For example, examining a crime scene may only require you to look around and find several clickable hotspots. An early eavesdropping opportunity has you focus using both controller sticks. Lockpicking is handled by judging the length and height of the picks to beat the tumblers. Meeting a new person will have you building a character portrait of their details. There's even a lawn bowls contest to play. The books are written from the point of view of an amazed Watson. Here, Watson is a miscellaneous character with an admittedly awesome moustache, but not always present, and we the players are meant to be amazed by Holmes in his place. Holmes' abilities are presented as nearly supernatural. He can focus on details under extremely challenging circumstances, or recreate the events of a crime in his head, or the events of a foreign expedition in one rather contrived use. He also seems to know more than the player, telling us what we need to do next and pointing out when a puzzle isn't solved or an investigation isn't complete. With this hand-holding by Holmes, you might think that solving each case is a foregone conclusion, but here the game plays a masterstroke. Clues get combined into conclusions, depicted as the synapses in Holmes' brain getting sparked and offering multiple choice paths. Did we believe someone? Which motive is more likely? And so on. These can lead to a conclusion of who is guilty and whether to condemn or absolve them of the crime. Most importantly, not every conclusion leads to the correct suspect. You can incriminate the wrong person. Having to consider these points, who do you think did it? Does the evidence point that way? Do you need to reconsider? Wonderful. It's a game to slow down for, where pressing ahead fast won't work because it wants to tell you a story. The best comparison I can make is Shenmue, letting you feel like you're wandering around exploring situations, but gated by the story. Here, the atmosphere hints at a London split unevenly between the poorest and the richest, though the focus on detail at specific sites leaves little to see and explore elsewhere. I may sound like I'm being harsh on its linearity, though I did enjoy playing. The storytelling is fantastic, undoubtedly strengthened thanks to that linearity keeping everything focused, and it does a great job of establishing atmosphere and pace. Simply put, once I started I was gripped into wanting to know what came next. The main characters are well voice acted, with minor characters being perhaps less consistent. And yes, not every puzzle is intuitive, not every minigame is enjoyable, and some content feels like time padding. But the game also forces the player to engage with the deductive process. You need to consider the evidence, remember what you see and hear, have opinions that the game may guide you towards but not lead you to, and to actually consider the story as a story, rather than something that simply links a series of minigames together. This is something that eats into its replay value though. Once you've solved a case, the mystery is gone, and other than enjoying the atmosphere, there feels little reason to try them again. You'll likely have gotten every achievement in a single playthrough too. If you're in the mood for a few mysteries, and feel you can forgive some inconsistent quality minigames, Sherlock Holmes' Devil's Daughter would likely give you a fair few hours of entertainment. But when finished, you'll find few reasons to return.